share it on your wall in case you. Can you share it?
You should just tag me.
I don't know how to do that. Oh, I did tag you.
Oh, well, then why do I have to share it?
I don't know. There we are. We're live. There we are. Hello.
I'm just trying to see what it looked like with my neck where it's so fat.
I look. My wife said right before we went on the air, I said I look fat, and she said, "And old. You look fat and old." I look fat and old.
Why do you have your current frame is too low?
Hmm.
Something about
Action needed.
something about you,
Here, let me get my phone.
your frame.
The frame, I think, is all right. Can you all hear us?
There's nobody there to say, "Can you all hear us?"
Or we'll wait till people pile up.
What does that mean? Your
There
frame?
we are. No, it's fine. Looks fine. It looks fine.
Oh.
Doesn't. It looks fine.
No.
Jarvis.
No. 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 That was one of the things I didn't want to do. No.
Well, we have to do it in the bedroom.
No. No. I'm not going there. Just move the camera.
Yeah.
Sit around in their kitchen and talk about stuff. That's a good.
Jarvis. Such a fame hog.
Thanks, James.
What?
James likes the camera angle better. It's because you're not looking up my nose.
Well, we're both a little tired. We've had a really busy weekend.
See,
We both just woke up from a freaking nap.
the current frame rate is too low. Place your frame so
It looks fine, baby. It looks fine. Don't worry about that. It looks fine.
It's telling you something's
Baby,
wrong with you.
there's nothing wrong with it. It looks fine. I'm looking at it right here on my phone. See?
Okay.
As long as it looks fine.
Okay.
Look, it even sounds fine. I can hear what we're saying for once.
Yeah, Sean decided to take a nap, so I figured I'd just go lay down, and I wound up kind of snoozing for a couple minutes too.
So we're still waking up.
God, you look rough.
I look like
there.
shit.
Get a haircut.
Cats. We're in the kitchen because we wanted to try to. It was just too noisy outside, and so we moved it inside.
Which is probably not a good idea because the cats want to get on camera. The volume is still low. See, it's something wrong.
Volume
with your
up a
computer.
little low.
It's something wrong with your computer.
Here, turn that. That's just the speaker though, but I don't know if that helps.
I don't know.
Let me listen to it on this. Say something, baby.
Something, baby.
Keep saying something, baby.
Well, yeah, your speaker has to be on so that people can hear, just like you can hear.
We'll turn it all the way up then.
Well, I'm turning it up as much as I can just to see. You snooze, you nap. Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris.
It's not the phone, it's the
It's
camera.
on my webcam.
So move the camera closer. No, see, you need to buy a clip or something because that's ridiculous.
Can you hear us now? We're still working it out.
Yeah, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna bye. See y'all later.
What? No, we're not. Oh, cat, get down. Get down. Get down. Get down.
Oh wait, I didn't.
It sounds fine. You can hear us.
All right. Well, anyway, how was your week, Sean?
It's all right. It's kind of a sad week. We're not going to get into why, but it was a sad week. But we Friday we had to go. We had to go downtown. You had a work event you had to be at, and you
Yeah.
can tell them about that. But Friday and Saturday we had to drive downtown,
We know how much you love downtown.
which it never used to bother me until like for years. It never bothered me. James is giving us no same level. Move it back a smidge.
You know, James, to the moon, man, to the moon. we just got to figure out something.
We got to come up with a mic thing.
because that thing is not well.
So we had to drive downtown
To Tobin Center.
Tobin Center Friday and Saturday, and you can talk about that in a minute because that was a good event. And then we had dinner over at our friends Brent and Irma's place last night.
We're social butterflies.
And then we came home. You fell asleep pretty quickly because your stomach was bothering you.
Yeah.
And I laid awake till 4.
You were awake till 4 in the morning.
3:30. Yeah, 3:30 because I do the same shit every week. I want to stay up, but I can never figure out what to watch.
That's
so I just burped. I just burped.
Excuse you.
Bah. And so I don't end up watching anything. I watch like 5 minutes of one thing and then I get bored and I try to watch something else and then I just end up watching nothing for hours. And so we got up a little late today and then what do? We went and got Subway.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about our weekend.
Okay, I'm so lost in what you put me to sleep.
I'm boring you. I'm putting you to sleep.
So my week was the same. Work. I had a break from school. I start school tomorrow again. That'll be fun. Although I'm taking political science, so I'm really excited to see what that class is. Unless I have a professor who's like a diehard liberal, like some of my other professors have been, then that's going to be a challenge. Because, yeah, that'll be a challenge. But yeah, I wanted to get it right. The Pathways to Hope Conference. It was a youth mental wellness event, and it was Friday and Saturday, so I got to be there, and it was really cool. We got to demonstrate and talk about what our services are and mingle with other people that provide the same services. So that was pretty cool. It was at the Tobin. I just have to say the Tobin is absolutely beautiful, but
do it. Yeah.
So we were there working. You can't take anything into the Tobin Center, which I understand. But you also, when you're working the event as a vendor, you can't take any food, any drinks, nothing like that. I get the whole no food and drinks, but when you're a vendor, we had to spend money if we were hungry or thirsty, and the water bottles were $5. So people who were thirsty had no choice but to pay $5. We were there for anywhere between 5 to 7 hours with the only availability of water to buy a $5 water bottle, and it was a regular size water bottle. They served us a free lunch. I didn't get the lunch on Friday, but Saturday the lunch was nachos and chicken tenders. You either had the option of 2 tenders or 3 tenders and fries. It's the Tobin Center. I would think it would be a little bit I would think that
more than that.
A little bit more than that, just a tad more than that. But no, the event was helpful. I did get to take some waters in there myself, so I did find a.
They didn't let you bring your Big Red in.
I had a Big Red, and the guy was like, "You're gonna have to throw that away." Hell no! I called Sean and said, "You need to drive back here because I'm not throwing away this Big Red and waste that money that way." So that's what he did. He drove back around. I had some beef and cheese tacos in the bag, and I got to take those in, and the girl was gonna eat them. She had to eat them outside the place. It was just very interesting, the fact that $5 for a water bottle. We were giving away water bottles, and needless to say, we went through a whole box, and the box was about 3 feet full of water bottles. I think we left with 15 water bottles left because people were getting them just to fill them with water. So that was interesting.
That's kind of a scam, man. They force you to drink their $5 freaking bottled water.
What was funny?
And you're a vendor.
What was funny, it was like you have a small water bottle and a big water bottle. So the small water bottle was the regular 20 ounce, and then the big one was like the Aquafina, which was a little bigger, and that was I think like $6 to $7.
Right, Jesus.
It was absurd to feed me nuggets and basically nachos. And
you can't bring your own shit
And it
in.
was white queso, not even like the yellow Rico nachos. It was white queso.
Then we went. So that was 2 days, and you made some good connections.
I really enjoy doing events like that because I love what I do. So I get to be in the atmosphere. I get to share the same space with other people and share our resources and learn of resources. So that was really neat. And then we had gone to Chili's the night before and I ate some hot wings, which is never a good time at night because my stomach hates me at the next day. And then they had the chicken tenders with buffalo sauce, which made my stomach hate me more. So but then we had dinner with our friends Irma and Brent. She made some pot roast. I mean, she made some meatloaf and some potatoes that Sean just loves, mashed potatoes and cornbread. And it was a good little night. Came home with my stomach still burning until this morning. So
But we've been busy.
we've been busy.
We've been busy.
Yeah, but I told Sean I wanted to have this opportunity to bitch about what's going on with the Alamo, with what's
Project
going on.
Marvel.
Project. First of all, where do they get the name? Project Marvel. Like
It's just so Marvel. It's such a marvel. It's gonna be such a fucking marvel that it's it's a marvel.
let me just say, I have not been to a Spurs game in a few years because one, I didn't appreciate watching a game and hearing politics when I'm trying to get a recap about the game from the coach. Way to turn me off. Turn something of entertainment into something political. Accept this.
Well, we go and it's like we're paying all this money, and I'm looking at that old man going, "That old man hates me. If he knew how I voted, he'd think I'm a Nazi."
Yeah.
And I'm buying, I'm spending freaking $13 on a Coke.
So one, don't get me wrong. I love sports. Grew up with sports my whole life. I enjoy a Spurs game now and then. But a lot of times it's very expensive to go down there to pay for parking if you can't get well, you have to pay for parking there regardless. You pay for parking. But there was one instance where Sean had a movie premiere, a movie that he had a piece in.
Screening.
And we had to go off to I-37 by, it just escaped me, City Base.
Yes.
That was the same day that Shakira was in town, and I think Post Malone was in town. And trying to get there, which usually takes about 25 to 30 minutes, it took us close to an hour to get there because traffic was so bad. So now you've got 3 events going on, right? 3 events going on at the same time, and now you're going to throw in the Spurs. Now I know some people are, yes, all the way, Spurs, 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 and some people are just kind of like, well, let's think about it. I don't know about the mayor. I didn't vote for the mayor. I didn't vote for this mayor. But I'm liking her style. Whether I agree with her or not, I like the fact that she is standing up to the others. She's not backing down. And she really doesn't give 2 shits what people are saying about her because she's standing her ground. She's giving that pushback. And I like that. Anyone that's going to give pushback, I like it. Stand your ground.
Okay, Nuremberg was a stooge. She didn't have any original thought whatsoever, and she's at least. She's pissing people off on both sides, which
It's funny, but he would have caved. He would have caved. And what I like about her is she's standing her ground. And those of you that are pissed off, you voted for it because this is exactly what she said she was gonna do. So you're acting all like, oh my God, I can't believe she's doing that. She said she was gonna do it, so shut up. But anyway, when you think about building this freaking mega thing downtown, we don't have the streets to do it. We don't have anything to provide this. And didn't they just recently build this massive training facility down by the rim? The rim. We built them a training facility by the rim. But you're going to build a monstrosity of a new stadium that replaces the Alamo Dome. That's going to replace the now Frostbank Center. Now they need another dome. They need something bigger and better. Well, you know what needs to be bigger and better? The neighborhoods that don't have damn sidewalks or don't have streets, or something that drives me nuts is you build a nice playground in the middle of the sun with no cover.
The city builds a playground.
The city builds a big fancy playground and says, look what we did. We built a playground over here on the west side so these little children can exercise and be healthy and have green space and all this crap. But there's no shade, there's no cover, so they're going to burn their asses when they go down the slide. But this is an example of look what I did, not if it's useful, not if it's helpful. I go back to the whole you gave me a laptop and didn't ask if I had internet scenario. Why? So, I think, great, yeah, go Spurs, go. Are you going to be able to afford the bigger ticker prices?
Ticker prices.
The food, I can get Whataburger, my whole meal for what, $9.99, $10? That's the price of a damn burger in the Alamo Dome. I don't care. Oh, yeah, $500 million for a practice facility. But now they need a stadium to play in. Why can't they practice in the stadium that they built? So they can actually get what it's like to play on the actual court that they just built. Because they want more money, regardless. Anyway, I digress. You want to spend all this money, that's great, but we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the highways. We don't have the streets. And then you're going to knock down the apartments. What are those names? The soap factory. The soap factory apartments that are for low-income individuals. You're going to knock it down and say, oh, we might be able to help you live somewhere else, but if not, we're going to put a luxury apartment complex here and go on, little people, because your time and your space is no longer needed. We want it for something better. This is the crap that pisses me off, because you have cities that really care about their communities, and then you have some that don't. And I wonder where San Antonio falls. I am so irritated by the fact that there's a gimme, 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 and there's not a what do we get mentality around here. The South Side. You want to pull up a map on the South Side and look at where they are for resources? Limited. If you look at all the dots of medical facilities, there's hardly any on the South Side. The Mission Stadium. It was in a side of town that didn't have a lot of traffic, and guess what? During those times of the games, it brought traffic. But they're not going to do anything about that area. You go to Highway 90, and there's a bunch of industrial buildings. Bill Miller is building a big facility out there. For what? For trucks? The local HEB from the corner of, what is that highway? 151 and 90. There's an HEB on Castroville. It's 10 minutes away. If you take the bus, it takes you 30 minutes because you have to take 2 different buses to just go down the damn street. But hey, let's build a new facility for the Spurs, charge more money that, I'm sorry, nobody's flying in to see the Spurs. Okay? Nobody says, hey, let's hop on a flight and go see the San Antonio Spurs. They say, let's go watch. Let's go to the Riverwalk. Let's go enjoy downtown. Let's go see the Alamo. Things like that. That's what people are coming for. Not the damn Spurs. Sorry, you Spurs lovers. Not a hater, just not a fan right now. When you think of how that money could be utilized for so many more things. So many more things. Sundays are good for you. Okay.
All right, you guys are catching. We got
going.
James and Chris are catching up there in the comments section. You know, just getting to know each other again. Thank you.
That's great. I'm glad we could bring you guys together. That's what we want to do. We want to build bridges on my time. You're welcome. Because there's the thing called a phone.
Is that a tone?
Yes, that is a tone.
She's got a tone today, man.
So
she's all lit up.
You know, I want to go behind this and support this whole thing with the Spurs, but when you think about the logistics of it, it doesn't make sense to me right now. It does not. It does not when there are so many different things that this money could be utilized for. Clean up downtown.
Look at the flooding. I mean,
you look at the flooding. I came home from work the other day, just going down Eckerd Road, and the streets were already getting flooded from the small little bit of rain. I just don't understand how you're going to put this massive facility down there, charge a lot more money for stuff, and then you're going to expect people to go down there. It's a clusterfuck. I'm sorry, it's a clusterfuck to go downtown. And then you're going to have multiple events going on. That is just crazy. We're going to be in crazy town. And then you have Dallas, that's booming. Taylor Sheridan is building this huge movie set down there.
The biggest studio in Texas.
And then you've got what's going on in Austin, San Marcos, and we're right in the middle. And we're going to build a new stadium for the Spurs, hoping if you build it, they will come.
So what do you really think, baby?
I think it's a waste of our money when there's so many different things that this money could be used for. When there's so many programs that this could benefit the city, and you could do a lot with it. You could give us the streets that we need. Give us the area. Don't displace people just because you want to put a shiny new building off and not give 2 shits what you do with those people. That's what San Antonio is all about. Sorry, I'm a little irritated about that. But anywho, going back to
I'm glad you got that off your chest.
It's been a burr up my ass for a while.
I mean, for me, it's like, I just really hate that they're going to move the missions. I really freaking hate that because I love going to see the missions. The stadium where it's perfect. There's not a bad seat in that stadium. It's
Yeah.
cheap. It's affordable. We're gonna go in a couple of weeks to see a game, and once they move the missions downtown, we're not gonna go see the missions.
No.
And that's gonna suck because that's a good family, an affordable family thing to do, and they're gonna freaking move it.
I'm not against progression. I want to see the city grow. My family line is tied to San Antonio and the Alamo and things, and I'm very prideful for that. But with what I do when I'm in the city and I see all the different things that money could potentially fix, why does it take somebody 30 minutes to go down the street if they ride the bus? That's crazy town. Why do we have resource deserts in some part of the city and then we wonder why they're the low income or why they have high diabetes? Well, maybe because there's not a freaking gas station, or grocery store that's not far from them that actually offers them affordable, healthy foods. Sorry. But let's build the stadium for the Spurs. And you know what? They haven't been very good anyway lately. And there's no promise that Wimbayambe is going to stick around. Everyone's writing on his name and saying, oh, he's going to be a great... What if he's not here in a year or 2 years and we just built this massive, massive new stadium? Again, not against a stadium, but can we plan it at a little better time when our streets are a little bit better, downtown isn't a clusterfuck, and we don't have two already stadiums that we've built to them because they want more and more and more. It's like that toddler that wants more and more and more, and you give them more, and then they have all these fancy toys that they don't play with because they're bored with them. That's what the Spurs are right now. Sorry. I'm just...
Well, but that Trump, though, he's a Nazi. That Trump, he's a Nazi and he eats people's souls. And if you voted for him, then you're a Nazi too.
You know,
and you eat people's souls as well, just like he does.
I love to sit in a room when people are talking about how horrible conservatives are, how horrible Republicans are. I'm about 60-40. I think we figured my percentage was 60-40.
Yeah, because you were a pretty liberal person your whole life.
And I'm not, I just hate the fact that people, it's politics over people. That's what I hate. And there are so many people that are suffering in our own city that aren't going to go see a Spurs game in this new shiny stadium. Sorry. But I love to sit in a room when people talk about how horrible conservatives are. Oh, you guys are haters. And I'm thinking, if you only knew, you're talking to me and you tell me how much you're so funny. Oh, you do such a good job. Oh, I love your heart. Guess who I voted for? Doesn't make me a horrible person. But I like to sit and laugh when people are being so judgmental because I'm thinking, between me and you and our conversation, you're the one that's been throwing so much hateful slurs and so much negativity and so much judgmental thoughts. And I'm sitting here listening, and yet I'm the one who voted for the guy that you're talking bad about. I don't get it.
It's because we're Nazis, baby.
And then the whole, he's a dictator. I don't know if you've looked at the definition of a dictator, but if you did, you'd realize that if he were a dictator, you wouldn't be able to talk the shit that you're talking. Because a dictator would have been, you're talking shit, guess what? You're hanging from the tree outside your house, or we're going to execute you because you're talking against the government. And I have not seen that at all, despite what TikTok is telling you, or despite whatever it is that you're getting your news from in La La Land. That's not happening. So if he's a dictator, he's not a very good dictator because you're still stalking your mouth. You're still running your mouth and saying negative stuff. And I'm a female, and I have not lost any rights, have I?
Not that I'm aware of.
I mean, I still tell you what to do.
Well, that's okay. I like being told what to do.
And I'm a woman. So, I'm so over all the BS and the politics and the crap.
You should nap more before we go on. You
No.
should, take a nice little nap right before we go on because you on fire, girl. You like laying the shit down, man.
And he cracks me up because he's, you had Obama who was like, hey man, give me some skin. And Trump's like, hey, how's it going over there? Hey, and there was something about Obama. I voted for him, full disclosure. I voted for him the first time. The second time I went, yeah, no. But there's just something, even if you don't like Trump, there's something that's real about him. So your hatred towards him, if you actually just look at him, it's valid because he's truth. But he ain't a dictator because you're still running your mouth. I'm just gonna keep saying that out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a free market. He's like opening up the free markets, and that's not. He's decreasing the size of government. If you're not a very good. You kind of suck at being a dictator and a fascist if you're actually decreasing the size of government.
And that's the other thing too that just chaps my hide. Why do you want more government in your life if you're already bitching about the government that's in your life now? I don't want the government in my business. I don't want them in my healthcare. I don't want them telling me what I can and can't do, what I can and can't eat, when I can and can't go anywhere. I don't want that. I want to be free. Live a little. Have some fun. Go to a non-Spurs game because I can afford it. Like the Missions game. I love the Missions.
I like the Missions. I love the Missions too. It's fun to watch them play.
It
Well,
is. It is fun to watch them play. Especially
some fun here today.
yes, Trump has a tone. We all have tones. We should have tones.
Cat fight.
Cat fight.
Pepper, get your fat ass off the counter.
She's so horrible. We're going to rehome her. If anyone wants a fat cat.
She's just bitter and unpleasant, and she hates her life, and she takes it out on all the other cats.
That reminds me of someone, but I can't think of who.
What's that supposed to mean?
I wasn't
I
talking
wanted to-
about you, but if you want to wear that shoe, go ahead.
I want to say hi to Harry Hornberger.
Hi,
I went to
Harry.
high school with Harry. How you doing, Harry?
Is that his real name, Harry Hornberger?
Harry Hornberger, man.
Wow, that's a pretty cool.
It's a cool name, actually. And everybody else.
like a song.
What's that? And it's a song.
It sounds like a song, like.
Way down south, and I met Harry Hornberger.
No, there's a song that it's like in my head that I'm kind of like thinking about. I just can't think what it is right now. But I've got it in my head.
Okay. What else is going on? Oh, I'm filming next weekend.
You're filming.
I'm working on a picture next weekend. So I gotta work on my lines some more, but I pretty much almost got them. But I mostly just get my ass kicked for 2 days
That's always
without
fun.
giving any plot details. Hello, Natalie. Hello, James Skinner. How are you?
Look, if I got. I'm gonna get, what do you call it? A facelift.
You're not getting a facelift. You're not getting any plastic surgery.
You're not the boss of me. My
You're
body,
not getting any
my-
plastics. You don't need any freaking plastic surgery.
Is it a flick, Sean, that you're making?
A flick? That's right. I'm starring in this new flick. It's going to be directed by Colin Bressler, and we're shooting it this weekend.
And we're gonna get a pop on the way.
I'm going to get a pop on the way to the set to shoot this picture.
It's a soda and it's a movie.
So, beyond that, nothing else this week. It's
No.
interesting. Oh, let me hawk my books real quick before we close it out. How long have we been
Selfish plug.
talking?
Too long. I've been ranting for too long.
But that's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be about you ranting. So this is my new book. It's called Turn Around.
Turn around.
And my wife had said, how come you never put my picture on any of your books? So I said, this book is really about her and I. This is kind of there's a lot of stuff about you and me in this book.
It's PG, people.
No, it's not. This one also is called Clowns and Outlaws, and this is kind of like my selected poems. These are all the poems from like 2001. Not all of them. It's a selection of poems.
Yeah, because some of them are not allowed to ever be reprinted again.
And which ones would those be? And so
That's another rant.
that's kind of that's kind of a overview of all the stuff that I've written. So it's my greatest hits record. This is my greatest hits record.
Record.
And then this is my new book of poems. It's all new crap.
It's a new record.
This is my new record I've been working on. So those are all available on Amazon.com.
And I don't have anything going on except work and school.
I get so lonely during the week. I'm just a housewife. I get home around 10:30, and then I bounce around the house and do some light dusting, take care of the litter box, do the dishes, watch my shows. Wait for my baby
His
to come home.
Watch his novellas.
I watch my novellas. I watch my telenovelas
In his moo.
in my momo. Wait for my old man to get home.
Yeah, with my dinner on the
And
table.
then I see her for about 2 hours and my ass goes to bed.
That's why we have cats. It's very true.
What does that have to do with the cats?
Because you're lonely, so you want cats to be.
Oh, that's
around
what
you.
it is. Yes, I.
Although they don't like him as much as they like me, so
We have so many.
kind of sucks for him. We only have 7, Sean.
Well, that's right. We only have 7 cats. Only 7.
Yeah.
All right.
But other than that, we don't have anything else exciting going on.
We hope you're liking this. Again, we're kind of tweaking it every week and seeing what works and what doesn't work.
We don't know what we're doing.
We have no idea what
just
we're
basically
doing.
coming on here to talk shit or rant and rave and just, I don't know. Just because, I don't know. I really don't know.
Because we're weirdos. So I guess we'll wrap it up. Is that it? Is there anything else? We had a really nice waiter at Chili's. He was cool.
He was cool. He was
He had a
real cool.
personality, which is getting increasingly more difficult to find.
Yeah, he was very
Service
friendly.
workers.
He was very friendly. He made it enjoyable.
It was his first night too. Wasn't it?
His first couple of days.
First couple of days.
Yeah, from back at Chili's.
Yes.
And that was nice. And then that's it.
Well,
You need to fix your clock on there. That's really bad.
my clock's 2 hours off.
Yeah.
I never know what time it is. All right. Well, thanks for watching our little show. And is it always at this time? Well, it's usually we do it at 4:30, but we were napping. We fell asleep. We went Mimi's for a little while.
Look, plastic surgery before,
You're not getting any plastic surgery. That's so
Before?
messed up.
after, before.
You don't need any freaking plastic surgery. You look freaking 20 years younger than me. Of course, everybody does. So.
Yeah, you look pretty old and raggedy. You're like an old raggedy leather shoe. Very worn in, very comfortable, just old and raggedy, but still useful. You can still wear it.
I'm just an old pair of shoes. All right. Well, have a lovely week.
Thanks to everyone who decided to tune in and listen to me rant and rave.
Bye.